Paulo Santos, NHL.com. Jack, how much has your game evolved since this season playing under Bruce?
Yeah, I think it's changed a bit. Just trying to become a more complete player. I think, being able to help our defense in the D zone and help our group, and trying to work on getting better at face-offs and little details of the game that, they go a long way in terms of winning. So it's been great. I mean, I think there's been some areas of the game where I've wanted to get better, and I've gotten better, and credit to the entire coaching staff and then the guys in the room for pushing me to do that. And but there's still a lot you want to continue to get better at, and you're always trying to evolve.
Mark Anderson, AP. Jack, you've obviously waited a long time to get here. How has this experience been so far in the postseason compared to what you thought it might be?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know what my expectation was coming in. In terms of just the overall experience. Obviously, it's what you want to. It's where you want to be as a player, and it's taken a few years for me to get here, but it's been a great experience. It's been a lot of fun. I've mentioned this. It's been a lot of fun sharing it with the guys in the room. The emotions, of winning and moving on, and just the overall experience, having your family around, getting to experience it with them. They've been with you your whole life, and for them to try and they feel like they're part of the team at this point. It's nice coming out after games. You see other guys' families, wives. So it's been a fun experience.
Ben Goetz, Las Vegas Regional. Mark, since you joined this team, you've been to 2 semifinals, now the Stanley Cup final. I guess the ride been like, kind of experience the level of success with this team and now kind of breaking through to get to this point?
Yeah, I think obviously I had a couple, quite a bit of success. You think about it. A lot of teams would love to have had the success that we've had over, not just my time, but the whole organization's time. And but for us now, it's about getting over that hump, right? I think we've learned how to win series along the way in different ways. We've played a lot of different teams in that process, and we're obviously excited where we're at now with another opportunity to try and win a Stanley Cup.
Danny Webster, Las Vegas Sun. Jack, you kind of touched on it earlier, but have you kind of had a chance to sit down and reflect over the last year since you got here about what this journey has been, and now you're 4 wins away from the goal that you've been trying to achieve?
No, I don't really. I don't think that there's been a moment like that for me yet. I think you just try and stay pretty present right now and just trying to enjoy it. There's obviously it's been a whirlwind, since I got traded here a year and a half ago. But it feels like it was yesterday. It's went by so fast. So I'm just trying to stay as present as possible and make sure I don't look too far ahead, and don't dwell on the past as well. It's important, I think, this time of year to stay in the moment, and I think that our whole entire group's done a really good job of that.
Question for Mark. Gary Lawless from the Golden Knights. Mark, can your team replicate its game from Game 6 versus Dallas?
Yeah, I think it's no secret that's the way we want to play. We're getting some key contributions from a lot of different players, but that's the way we've had success. Rolling the 4 lines, the 6D, and Hiller's played great for us in net. But yeah, you have to get off to good starts. Especially early on in series, you want to have those good starts. So, but yeah, it feels like it was a month ago that game. So, but yeah, it's definitely the way we want to play. We want to play fast, hard, physical, and we got to be good at both nets. So, we're gonna have to try and replicate that for sure.
Alan Snell with LVSportsBiz.com. This is actually for both of you guys. What's it like preparing for a team that took such an unlikely path to the final? I mean, the team barely snuck into the playoffs, and here they are in the final. How do you prepare for a team that took such an unusual path that was filled with a lot of upsets?
Well, I mean, I think they've won 10 of their last 11 games, so they're a pretty damn good hockey team. I don't think we change how you prepare for a team because they finished 8th or 1st, right? They've beaten, the top dog in the regular season, went on and beat a great Toronto team, Carolina, another great team. So you can't prepare any differently just because they, barely got into the playoffs. As you guys know, getting into the playoffs is the most important thing at the start of the season, and then you go from there. And I think that's what they've done. They have a belief in themselves. So we're not going to prepare any differently than we did the last 3 series. We understand the talent they have and the type of team that they have.
Steve Weiner from Associated Press. Jack, I think a year ago you guys would have expected Robin Leonard to be your goalie, and obviously he goes down, Logan Thompson gets hurt, bring in Jonathan Quick, Laurent Brossoit, and now you have Aiden Hill doing it. I'm just wondering how you can reflect upon how many different goalies you guys have had and how playing well in front of them has helped all of them.
Yeah, I mean, pretty crazy. I think, if you were to tell somebody that a year ago, they probably wouldn't believe we'd be in this position. Haven't started, 5 goalies this year. But it's a huge credit to the goaltenders. It's a credit to Berkey and the organization. Everyone's made a key contribution to this team at some point this season, and it's sort of been that next man up mentality. And whoever is in between the pipes that night, I think the entire group feels very confident with. So you never like to see your guys get hurt and be out for extended periods of time. And obviously we saw Logan have some great success early in the season, and credit to him, he gets to the All-Star game, and then it seems like he's just bogged down by injuries. And between LB and Quickie and Hilly, and then even Yuri for a little bit, I think they did a great job here in the second half of the season. And it was tough to see LB go down there in the Edmonton series, but Hilly stepped in and played tremendous, and I think just gives the group that much more confidence every night when your goalie's playing that well.
Ed Graney, Review Journal. Jack, he talks about running 4 lines, not chasing matchups. How important is it to have the trust in the coach that you apparently have, or Bruce has in you guys? And was there a point in the year where you think that grew between you and as a team and him?
It's probably tough to pinpoint one point, but it is a great luxury to have that we feel very confident with our 4 lines and our 6 defensemen. And you see it in the Dallas series. I think that's one of the reasons we were a good road team this year. We're able to just roll our lines, and whoever they're trying to get matchups against, we felt confident with. So credit to the organization. It's a very deep group, and I don't know if there was one moment where Bruce started to feel that sort of comfort in having anybody out there against any of the other team's lines, but I think you build trust over the course of a season, and the more games you play and the more situations you're in, and when you have some success, I think that starts to build some as well.
Danny Webster, Las Vegas Sun. Mark, you obviously know his brother very well, but have you even been shocked to see what Matthew Tkachuk has done throughout this postseason?
I wouldn't say shocked. Maybe, I guess, it's hard to expect anybody to score, the game winner pretty well every game for them. But no, I know the type of player, the type of person that he is. So very competitive, gets to the net to score his goals, and underrated playmaking ability too. So yeah, he's definitely be a guy we're gonna have to circle on the board to try and limit a lot of his chances, limit his ability to make those plays. But yeah, obviously we've played against him a bunch when he was in Calgary, so you understand what kind of game he brings. So, but yeah, I don't think it surprises me.